Hello and welcome to the Cheltenham Body, Mind, Spirit Wellness Festival online. I'm Gulari Vincent. I am a transformation coach and energy healer and help people to heal any dysfunctional, toxic and unhealthy relationship patterns. Most of those patterns originate in our childhood. The circumstances were likely to be different, but the energetic pattern is likely to be the same. So while I'm talking, I'd like to invite you to think about a specific person for today. So a specific person with a specific pattern that's playing out again and again and really pushes your buttons. You might want to take a piece of paper and pen and write it down for yourself so that you could explore it in more depth. So a lot is happening in our relationships. There are many layers to those dynamics. First of all, the first layer activates at the level of our nervous system. So if, for example, you had some childhood trauma where your environment was unsafe, somebody might have had a drinking problem, or they were shouting and were aggressive, there was a lot of anger. So chances are that if, for example, your partner lost the keys and flapping around and trying to find the keys and getting really frustrated, that's likely to push your buttons. So you would feel activated. Your nervous system goes into that fight or flight or freeze response. So there are three circuits in your nervous system. One is safe. So when you're relaxed, when everything is fine, you feel safe, that circuit is likely to be on. If you don't feel safe, then you are either in fight or flight or freeze response. Now, I'm sure you know about these circuits. One of them is always on. So if you don't feel safe, chances are you might feel quite anxious and wanting to run away, or you might feel overwhelmed and like everything is too much and you're shutting down. So what is not discussed so much is that our nervous system reacts to each other. So if your partner lost the keys and flapping around, then your system is activated, you might freeze. And then they are likely to react to your nervous system. So they might get angrier and they try to fight with you and blame you for not finding their keys, for example. So our nervous system interacts all the time. So the very first step to take in healing any unhealthy relationship patterns is keep coming back to yourself and calming down your nervous system, because other people pick up on how we feel at some unconscious level. There are very many techniques, like just putting your hand on your skin, on your chest, on your belly is likely to bring the heart rate down. There is EFT, the tapping technique, which calms down the amygdala, which is responsible for fight or flight responses in your brain. You can do alternate nostril breathing, which is again calms down your nervous system. So the very first step to take is just bring everything down. When you are calm, other people are likely to respond to you differently. Now, the second level of activation comes from our past beliefs or past experiences. So if, for example, your partner again is doing something that triggers that response of your nervous system, chances are it's also likely to bring up that fear, past fear from your childhood, for example, that remains undigested and unresolved. So it's not so much about other people, but whatever we stored in our body, in our minds, and our consciousness that gets activated. And we feel that fear as if we are in danger again. So going back to the origin story and dealing with the younger child who feels unsafe is essential for you not to replay those dynamics in your present day life. And I know there is a lot of work on the inner child, but sometimes it just boils down to acknowledging what that child felt. And those feelings are subjective. Most of the time, it's subjective. It's not the whole truth. It's not that they suffered all of the time, but that suffering they had was unacknowledged. And the moment we acknowledge that old pain, it dissipates. That something in us relaxes, and that stored energy that we held to keep everything together can become available for us to engage in relationships at a more healthy level. But of course, those emotions are fueled by beliefs. So when something happens, we form a belief. It's almost part of it making sense of the world. Like, we can't think that the adults were wrong or didn't quite know what they were doing. Most of the time we blame ourselves. If I do this, then that happens, and if I do that, then this happens, and therefore I vow I would never do that. Here we go. We programmed ourselves to behave in a certain way. And now when we try to break it, it's almost like a computer program in the background. And we make all sorts of beliefs like, okay, the father has a drinking problem. The world is not safe. Can't trust men. Then we pick up on the beliefs of mother, for example, that men would just go and spend all the money on themselves and their own entertainment, and they don't consider women, whatever, like we make them up as we go along. And then we see the world through that prism. And anything that doesn't fit our worldview, we just delete, distort, and make it fit our understanding of the world. So when you go and untangle some of those old beliefs, then your reality can shift accordingly, because you will start seeing other aspects of life which right up until now didn't fit in your worldview, and you distorted and somehow changed them. So once we start healing this, then you can come to a place where you can set healthy boundaries with the people that you are relating to. So when you are activated, it's very hard to express your needs. If you are your nervous system in a freeze, you're literally frozen. You can't say, I need you to stop rummaging around and flapping so much. It's very hard to express it in a clean and clear way. But once you heal the wounding, and once you address that old pain of the younger you, and address the beliefs that ensued from that old pain, then your ability to set clear boundaries would be that much stronger. So I'd like to give you an experience of the healing I do today. I know there's been a lot of difficulties in relationships during the lockdown. So I will address some of those themes that might have emerged in this time. And the healing itself is very simple. You bring your attention to your heart center, the point between your breasts and your solar plexus, and imagine warm, loving energy coming towards your whole being. So I'm not doing anything to you. You are giving yourself your warmth and love. What I'm going to do is to guide you through a set of statements. And each statement starts with, I'm so sorry. And this I'm so sorry doesn't have the energy of pity. It's more activating that compassion within you and addressing the wounded aspects of yourself. So we always say, I'm so sorry you felt like that, because it could be just 1% of you. But even that 1%, if it's that pain is not acknowledged, will pull you out of alignment. So what we're going to do now is, if you feel comfortable and you're safe and you're not driving, just relax into your body. Take a nice breath into your belly. Close your eyes. If you're sitting down, feel your feet on the floor. Feel where your body touches the surface of a chair or a sofa. Feel where your back is touching the seat or the bed. Take a nice breath. Relax your shoulders, relax your belly, release your jaw. And when you're ready, bring your attention to your heart center and solar plexus. And imagine warmth and love just enveloping you like a cloud, like a pink, fluffy cloud. And give yourself all that love. And please repeat after me. I'm so sorry you feel shocked by the state of the world. I'm so sorry that old, buried stuff is coming up to the surface. I'm so sorry you thought that some of those old themes were resolved, but they were not. I am so sorry that you're trapped in the old patterns. I'm so sorry you're trapped in the old dynamics. I'm so sorry that nothing has really changed. I am so sorry that you feel sad. Some emotions might come up, let it flow, don't hold it down. I'm so sorry you cannot be in love and celebrate all the time. I'm so sorry you don't have all the love and support that you need. I'm so sorry that you give more than you receive. I'm so sorry that people take you for granted. I am so sorry they don't appreciate all of you. I am so sorry that your heart hurts. I'm so sorry there is no space for your dreams. I am so sorry you feel lost. I'm so sorry that everyone feels lost. I'm so sorry it hurts to feel lost in a lost world. I'm so sorry that even with a few distractions, you still feel distracted. I'm so sorry that you are putting your energy and attention on the wrong things. I'm so sorry there are so many hidden agendas at play. I'm so sorry you don't know who to trust. I'm so sorry you are scared. I'm so sorry that you are scared about money. I'm so sorry you feel so financially insecure. I'm so sorry you are scared that the whole world is going to collapse. I'm so sorry that you're bracing yourself for recession. Okay, take a nice breath. Move your body. If you can, drink some water. I'd be curious to hear what's been coming up for you. As I said, there might be some emotions. And you now know the technique. The technique is called the compassion key. It's by Edward Mannix. And it's, as I said, it's deceptively simple, and it goes really deep to all sorts of layers. There could be some childhood issues, could be some karmic imprints, could be ancestral stuff, could be past lives. So it really clears at a very deep level. Whatever needs to leave your consciousness and your field will be gently released. And as I say, sometimes there can be an energetic shift, there can be emotions, so just allow that your body relax and open. And think of the person that you set an intention to work with today. Again, and see how do you feel towards them after this round of clearing. Is there any shifts now that you think of that particular dynamic? And as I mentioned earlier, the dynamic itself might need to be explored at a deeper level. You might need to look at some of the childhood memories around similar energetic patterns. You might need to examine your beliefs. What do you believe about yourself, about this person, about the world, that things play out in this particular way? Are you able to set clear boundaries, for example? So I hope this healing serves you well. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to get in touch and explore more healing with me, I'd be delighted. My email address is Gulara, like my name, GularaV, @gmail.com. So GULARAV @gmail.com. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Many blessings. Thank you for listening. Bye.